So I'll kind of show you how I would set up. When I kind of start to set up interviews, you also kind of want to look at the next thing you want to look for after the first three things that you kind of look at the room is you also want to kind of look at what your background is. Shooting in these rooms kind of sucks because the background is a wall. You know, and it's not really anything it's not really dynamic. You can usually maybe you can throw like a light on it or do something with it or something like that, but for the most part, it's like I like to get people where they actually do their job, and even though they're really embarrassed by it, they're always like, oh, my office is really messy, and I'm like, well, it shows that work is going on. So I always like to get them in their own element as opposed to just kind of in like a conference room or something, because, I mean, you'll have like a little bit of art on the wall or something like that, but usually if you're going to be sitting and doing an interview, and you're keeping your shot like right about here, most of that's not going to be seen anyways. So if push comes to shove, you can still use it, but I like to usually look at backgrounds that are a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more interesting. The other thing to look for in backgrounds is that there's nothing distracting in there, either people or objects. I mean, usually the first thing that'll happen is that when you set up a camera and start interviewing somebody in the public, is somebody else will come in the background of your shot, and then you'll notice that people are watching them, and they'll be like immediately start to fix on the person who's in the background. So you kind of have to keep an eye on that. The other thing you have to keep an eye on is when you frame your shot that you don't have like a plant or like a plug or something like that looking like it's coming out of somebody's head. Like if it extends all the way through the frame, if you see like a pole that kind of goes from one side all the way to the other, people usually assume it's part of the background. But if it goes in one side and it stops, people kind of go, that's weird. So it's little things that they'll kind of pick up on when you're starting to put these kind of things together.